Good evening. Figured I'd introduce myself and tell you what I'm up to. My name's Tommy, and I'm a little bit of an Ibanez nerd. Not as nerdy as some, but probably nerdier than others. And I've decided to share, or document, if you will, just my experience with me and guitar. You know, I'm not any kind of expert, I'm not a great player, and I've got a lot to learn. And what I figured was, there's got to be other people just like me who want to learn and don't have a freaking clue, because I don't have a clue. You know, still haven't found settings on my Black Star that I actually like. Is it because I don't know what I'm on about? Well, probably, yeah. Or did I just buy the wrong amp? Well, you know, join me on my journey. At the end of the day, I just want to share it with you because I want to help. Why do I want to help? About a year ago I had all my frigging guts removed, didn't I? And it just kind of gives you a new perspective on life. So yeah, there you go. But why have I become an Ibanez nerd? Steve Vai is one reason, Satriani is the other reason, but the biggest reason is this. This is the first guitar I ever bought, and I got it from a place called A1 Music. It's an RG 550 limited. The colour is New Penny Matte, and yeah, it's the first proper guitar I ever bought, and I must have bought it. How long ago did I buy it? 2001 maybe. It's a 98 model, and for those that don't know, the way you tell is you've got this number here, which if I can shine it in the light, there we go. So it'll say F98. F means it was made in Japan, in the Fujigen factory, and the 98 means, well, that was the year it was made. Then all the rest of the numbers mean other junk that I can't remember right now. But there you go. I'm sure some nerd will give me a toasting below. So anyway, this is Penny. This is my first guitar. Check out that scratch playing on. It's freaking wicked. When the sun hits it in the morning, it just looks fit. Anyway, so but why is this guitar the kickoff? Well, not just because it's my first guitar, but also I didn't play guitar for a really long time, and it was sat in a case. And then a few years ago I was living in Cornwall, and I thought, I remember that Megadeth album from my childhood, and I decided to buy it again, and that Megadeth album kicked me off playing guitar again big time. And about 4 years ago I started noticing it was playing a little bit wonky, a little bit rough. So I had a look why, and basically I'd worn my frets down in these areas here, you know, so much so it really needed fixing. And I decided I wanted a refret. And the guy at the shop was like, oh, you don't want a refret, we'll just dress it down for you. And I was adamant I wanted a refret. You know, to me it just looked like, well, if it's gonna go that low, I'll have no frets. So anyway, they dressed it down, and I played it, and I just couldn't grip the string. It was too low, you know, for bends. I'm a really bendy player, if a little bit scrappy and tense. And I said, you know, I want the refret. So he's refretted it, and I tell you what, it's freaking brilliant. It's so nice to play this guitar, you know. And because of that experience, I didn't really know what I had at the time. So what I did was went on the internet and said, right, RG 550, and I had a look at my old tagger, which I've still got from years ago, and found out that essentially 90s, 80s, 90s made gems and RGs or whatever Ibanez is really are actually quite sought after, or at least have a really good reputation. And that got me thinking, well, wow, I kind of got something. I mean, it's always been special to me, but it might be special to other people as well. So that got me searching, and then I ended up buying the Candy Apple, the 20th, all RGs by the way. And you know, as time went on, I ended up getting a bunch of gems. You know, so you know, I've got a little bit of experience now in how they all feel, just due to this guitar, you know. And it's had numerous pickups in it since I've been doing it now, because while I've been on that journey, I wanted to know why people are so fussy about this humbucker, that company, this thing, that thing, because I never really got it. I still kind of don't, if I'm honest, you know. So at the moment this has got a set of Seymour Duncans in it. I really enjoyed the original V7 V8s, they were great. And then I swapped them out for a set of Bare Knuckles, Miracle Man and a Cold Sweat, which were really good, but there was something about the Miracle Man, it just didn't have juice. If that's the right term, didn't have enough juice. What did I swap it out for? I can't remember. No, I didn't swap it out for anything after that actually. It just went straight into the Seymour Duncan TB4 and the Jazz. Why? Because it's Dave Mustaine. And I tell you what, am I glad I did. I've only ever had 10s on this, by the way. When I was younger, I moved to 10s. All the rest is pretty much 9s. And I tell you what, I love it. I love the sound. It just rich with what's the term? What do they call it? Overtones, complex sound construction or something. I don't know. But it's just really nice, man. I hope you're liking the sound of Osric Tentacles in the background, by the way. It's one of the few bits of music I can get away with without getting copyrighted. And hopefully it'll sell some Osric Tentacles CDs for those guys in the band, because they make sweet music. So yeah, there you go. Tell you what, shall we put some noise through it? Oh, that's green! Can't believe I own one of these. Steve Vai named it as well. Oh, this is serious, but we'll get to this later on in the line. You know, this being my last one. You know, worked my ass off for that guitar, by the way. Worked my ass off. So, should we tweak the camera down a bit? Let's tweak the camera down a bit. I say camera, it's a mobile phone, and it's sat here and it's holder, delicately balanced. I'd ask you what you want to hear first, but you can't hear me. I can't hear you. Well, you can hear me. You know what I mean. Anyway, here you go. Let's do some cleaning. I've got like half the reverb on this. It's a Blackstar HT Studio 20. The ISF is all the way up, which allegedly means it sounds like a British amp, which to me makes it sound fluffy and muddy. I put a vintage 30 speaker in it because I wanted to nerd out and learn about that, and it's got a set of expensive ass tubes in it, which I can't remember what they're called, but it made it sound brighter, which I like. I like a nice bright amp, if I'm honest. That's one thing I've learned. Yeah, EQ is set to 12 actually. It's just a tone control, you know, which in hindsight now I think I want an amp with better cleans, better blank sheet, if you will. But whatever, I'm just waffling on with myself. Do you want to hear it? There you go. Position DOS. Middle, kept the S1. Quite like the S1, but I do drill it all the way in because I'm one of these guys who the plectrum gets stuck on the pole pieces. I think one of my favourite positions, it probably is my favourite position unless I'm playing obviously metal. Position 4. coil is, I like it a lot. And then 4, yeah man. Like it, you know. Yeah, I was fucking jamming now a little bit. Should I turn it up? I actually get better model things at work because I never knew it. No one teaches you this business. It does sound better when you turn it up, not just because it's louder, but you get more of those complex overtones. Yeah, I like the S1. I've just got a little bit less power because of the distance it is away. One of the things it got when it came back from the refret, sorry, it became snappier and brighter. This guitar, it used to have quite a warmth to it. I really like it. And the guys, I can't tell you how much of a sterling job they did. Really good. It's the guys in PMT in Manchester. There's a workshop in the back there, and Steve, the guy who runs the joint, he really did a really good job. I couldn't be happy with it. You know, he was so precise that when it came back, I'd say the action was too low. I mean, too low. I never thought I'd ever hear myself say that. Not that I like a low action. Let's get the old wanger out, and I'll tell you where it is at 12th fret. It's a mil exactly at the 12th fret. 24, just over a mil, only a little bit. And then at first fret, just so you get an idea of the nut, it's less than half a mil. I mean, quarter of a mil, less than that. But there's no buzz on this. Those guys did a sterling job. The nut height off the fretboard, or the string height for the nut, is just over a mil. Crazy, man. Yeah, they did a sterling job. Sterling job. So anyway, I'm waffling on, aren't I? Hopefully that makes sense. I love it. You know, I've tried a few different sets of like bare knuckles and obviously evolutions and breeds because of all these, and to be honest, I think this is my favourite set without a doubt. But I plan on at some point trying the Fishman's. I haven't decided what guitar to butcher, or I might make something a little bit more ingenious that'll just comes out a little bit, so I don't have to route wood. You know what I mean? Should we hear it with some distortion? DS1X. Generally, I have everything set to about 12 o'clock, so I don't have loads of distortion on there, but it's still pretty. I think it's pretty potent. So, yeah. Obviously through the clean channel. Like I said, didn't promise to be great. I know I'm alright, I suppose. But yeah, you get an idea of what the improvisation's like. Do you want to hear it with TC Electronic Mojo? Bought this purely because of what's his face, Paul Gilbert. So. Thing that I really like. Nice, man. Is it vintage? Is that what they call it? Yeah, I'll tell you what I do like. Let's get the mojo off. Clean tones. With the DS1X. Anyway, there you have it. 20 minutes of fucking madness off me. Contribute, help me out. Yeah, I'd really appreciate it. Next time I'll go through another guitar and show you what I've got. And do some more comparison videos because it's, you know, all guitars aren't built equal that much. I have found out, you know, apparently, you know, I've got this guitar and this guitar that have the same neck. They're similar, but you know, they're not the same. And I like to just talk all you Ibanez Gemini G nerds through how things feel to me. Obviously how they feel to me. I'm sure a lot of you will have some piss in your knickers about how right or wrong I am, but it's a fact, that's how they feel on me. So hopefully that'll help some of you guys out when you're trying to buy a new guitar. Or you're trying to decide on whether you want some golden era Ibanez or not, because I've got a nice mixture, and I've got facts, good and bad, about some of the different guitars in the mix. So yeah, give me a shout if you want me to do anything. I'll happily do my best. And I'll take you through some pedals and all, and just a little bit more detail, because really this is not about this guitar, it's about me saying hi and telling you what I'm up to, which is sharing my learning and development, because there you go. Anyway, hope you enjoyed Osric Tentacles. I hope the mixes didn't get fucked up, but there you go, it's just kind of tough shit. Moan about it below and then see if I care. Probably will. I won't. See you later, guys.